Hey guys, how's it going? It's Friday and we're gonna play Clues by Sam again. It's a hard one today, and if you don't know what Clues by Sam is, it's a daily logic puzzle game where you have 20 people on a board. Each of them may be a criminal or an innocent, and you gotta use the clues that each of them also give you to figure out who is what. And you can play the game. I encourage you to do so. There's a link in the description, but if you just wanna follow along or maybe you're stuck somewhere, I hope I can help you. So let's start right away. We see that Brian is telling us that only one of the two innocents below Hank is Tom's neighbor. Okay, Hank has three people below him. Two of them are innocents, and only one of them is Tom's neighbor. Tom has two people who neighbor him that are under Hank. So we know that one of them is an innocent, the other one is a criminal, which means that the second person below Hank who is an innocent is Lucy. And now Lucy tells us that exactly two of the three innocents neighboring Olive are in row 3. Well, Olive has one innocent down here, either Peter or Wanda, but we don't know who yet. The second one is Lucy. And two of them are in row 3. So the Lucy is in row 3 and she's an innocent, but the second person who neighbors Olive, who is in row 3, is Kevin. And he's the last person there, so he has to be an innocent as well. And because of that, we know that Tom is a criminal since Olive has 3 innocent neighbors total. So Tom is a criminal. And we don't need Lucy's clue anymore. Now Kevin tells us that row 4 has more criminals than any other row total. But we don't know how many criminals are there in row 4 or any other row for that matter. So let's leave that clue there. And let's look at Tom's. There's an odd number of innocents neighboring him. Well, one innocent is neighboring him in column B. It's either Peter or Wanda, so Olive couldn't be an innocent, otherwise it would be two of them, and that's an even number, so Olive is a criminal. And now Olive tells us that only one of the two innocents neighboring Zach is Zena's neighbor. Similar pattern as Hank and Tom. So let's read all of the names. Zach has 2 innocent neighbors. Zach is here, he has 3 neighbors total. Only one of those neighbor Zena. So the second one has to be Zena herself because she also neighbors Zach. So Zena is an innocent. And among Ryan and Sarah, we have another innocent and one criminal. And now we also know how many criminals are in row 4. Oh no, we don't, because we don't know if Peter is an innocent or a criminal yet. We know there's 2 criminals in row 4, but there may be 3. Now Zena tells us that Ivan and her have an equal number of innocent neighbors. Where's Ivan? Ivan is here, and Zena has one innocent neighbor here, a second one here. Ryan and Sarah are one or the other. Now we don't know about Zach, and we don't know about Ivan. We just know that Ivan might have at most 3 innocent neighbors. So where do I look at next? I guess it is enough information if we think about column row 4 and row 5. Because if row 5 were to have 2 criminals here, then there's no way for row 4 to have more criminals than row 5. Because there couldn't be 4 criminals in row 5. There could only be 3 at most. So that means that Wanda and Zach are one or the other. Or does it? Because row 5 could have 2. I'm gonna simulate scenario. Let's say that this is it. Let's say that Wanda is an innocent, Peter is a criminal. That works because row 4 now has 3 criminals. And it wouldn't matter what Zach is. It could be a criminal or an innocent. But if Wanda were to be a criminal and Peter an innocent, now row 4 only has 2 criminals. And row 5 already has 2 criminals. So that doesn't work. Wanda has to be an innocent and Peter has to be a criminal. Now, Peter talks about Ivan as well. There's an odd number of innocents neighboring Ivan. So we know that Zach is an innocent because if Zach and Ivan have an equal number of innocent neighbors, Xena couldn't have 2 because that would be an even number. Xena has to have an odd number of innocent neighbors, so Zach has to be an innocent as well. And now we know that Ivan has 3 innocent neighbors total and 5 criminal ones. Now Wanda tells us that only one of the 2 farmers... Ooh, I like that the clue tells us how many farmers are there in total. Only one of the 2 farmers has a criminal directly above them. So this is a one or the other. Donna and Freya are 2 judges and they are one a criminal and the other one an innocent. The good judge and the bad judge. So that's the second innocent neighbor for Ivan. And now Zach tells us that Sarah is one of Nicole's 3 criminal neighbors. So now we know that Sarah is a criminal and Mariah is an innocent. And we also know that Nicole has 3 criminal neighbors, so she has to have 2 more here. Could both Martin and Julie be innocents? Nope, because that would make Ivan have more innocent neighbors than he should. So we know that Ivan has to be one of those 2 innocents missing for Nicole. And Martin and Julie are one or the other. Where did I read that, Zach? Did I read Sarah's clue before? 2 of the 3 singers have an innocent directly above them. Martin's one of them. Where are the other singers? Oh, we know that Hank and Julie are one or the other. Because Lucy and Nicole are both singers. And only one of them is going to have another innocent above them. So now we can do the thing we did on yesterday's puzzle, can we? If Julie were to be an innocent, Hank would have to be a criminal and Martin would have to be a criminal. And now the 3rd innocent neighboring Ivan is here. But if Julie were to be a criminal, then Ivan would have more innocent neighbors than he should, because there will be a 4th one here. So Julie has to be an innocent. How is that wrong? How's that wrong? I was so sure. It made so much sense in my mind. Oh, Nicole has 3 criminal neighbors. What? How did I get Ivan right then? What information did I have? What information did I have that made Ivan an innocent if it wasn't about innocence? Oh, we're gonna have to backtrack here. And also, this doesn't make sense. Oh, it does. Hank's gonna be an innocent. I'm so confused. What made Ivan an innocent? If Nicole has 3 criminal neighbors, And Sarah is one of them. Ryan is an innocent. Then she would have to have one more innocent neighbor here. Why couldn't it be Julie or Martin? Why would it have to be Ivan? Was it because of... Did I have this clue when we... I think I had Sarah's clue, and then we knew that both Martin and Nicole couldn't have innocence above them, because then Nicole would... It would not be possible for Nicole to have 3 criminal neighbors if both Martin and Nicole had innocence above them. But what makes Ivan the innocent in that situation? Only one of the 2 farmers has a criminal directly above them. Yeah, that's what I said about the judges. Sarah is one of Nicole's 3 criminal neighbors. 2 of the 3 singers have an innocent directly above them. This would be a one or the other. And then what made Ivan an innocent? One or the other here will make it so that Hank has to be an innocent. So this information I did have. What makes Ivan an innocent? Oh, the fact that Hank is an innocent? Because if Hank is an innocent, then Julie couldn't be one, since Ivan would have more innocent neighbors than he should. So it was a correct logic, just thinking about the opposite role here. Anyway, these 2 are criminals. It serves me right for not reading well enough. I'm shooketh. What else do we know now? These 2 are both criminals because of Ivan. And now Carol tells us there's an equal number of innocents in rows 1 and 2. We know how many innocents are in row 1. It's Brian, an innocent here, and 1 more innocent here, either Donna or Freya. And it would be the same number of criminals, so that wouldn't matter. That wouldn't make me get it wrong. But now we know that there's 2 innocents only in row 2, so Gus has to be a criminal. And now Gus tells us that all criminals in row 1 are connected criminals, so Carol has to be besides a criminal and Freya has to be an innocent. Interesting. I had all the backtrack. Oh, puzzle pack number 2 is available. Nice. I had all the backtracking to do. Small mistake there because I can't read apparently, but it's okay. I'm glad that I had the time and the opportunity to go back and figure out what I did wrong. And that serves me as learning. When I try to do things fast, we already know that I get stuff wrong. But I hope you had some fun and enjoyed the video. And I'll see you either later tonight for a stream or tomorrow for more clues by Sam. Bye bye.